Seismicity of Mars. Have you ever wondered that is Mars seismically active? Well, the answer is yes. Much of the details about geographical distribution of seismicity of Mars came from InSight mission. InSight mission landed in Elliptium Planitia on Mars on 26 November 2018 and is fully deployed its seismometer by the end of February 2019, which help us to study internal structure, composition and dynamics of Mars. Ground acceleration spectrogram recorded by Very Broadband VPP instrument of SEIS. We can see SEIS from the camera of InSight mission lander. Mars solar day is referred as Sol and has mean period of 24 hours, 39 minutes and 35 seconds. In this study, seismometer data is recorded until 30th September 2019. Once a suspected event is identified, MQS Mars Quake Service Processing is performed to discriminate between seismic energy and local spacecraft or instrument or atmospheric induced perturbation. Total 174 Mars quakes are detected, which are classified into two categories: low frequency events and high frequency events. Low frequency events with energy content generally below 1 Hz, including some events with a more broadband content extending up to 2.4 Hz frequency, and high frequency events with energy above 1 Hz and reaching up to 6 to 12 Hz. Total 174 events are detected until Mars solar day of 299 of InSight mission landing, which include 24 low frequency and 150 high frequency events. Generally, due to low signal to noise ratio (SNR), most seismic waveforms do not exhibit clear phase arrival in the time domain. Therefore, we use seismogram and spectral envelopes for detection and investigation of seismic signal. MQS procedure are for event detection, categorization and catalog management. Seismic events are categorized by energy between zero point 0.1 to 10 Hz, duration ranging from 5 to 30 minutes and typically have amplitude above the lowest background noise, which occur for few hours each sol. When we scan the time series of the seismogram looking for the features within this energy band to identify any candidate seismic signal. So, in MQS procedure, we follow detection and first discrimination. We see various waveforms for the period of interest, like three components of VBB velocity seismogram, auxiliary channel for pressure, wind direction and free magnetic channel. These datasets are checked to ensure that there is no anomalous atmospheric or lander signal that correlate the seismic signal. Also, direct comparison of wind and seismic data. As the amplitude of seismic signal are very small, wind contamination is a particular concern. For the detection of seismic event, we will refer to spectrogram, and during the MQS processing, we will see different waveforms for the period of interest. Like here, we see three components of VBB velocity seismogram, pressure channel, wind direction, wind speed and three components of magnetic channel. All these datasets are checked to ensure that there is no effect of atmosphere or lander signal on the seismic signals. In this case, there is a lander communication activity UHF radio transmission that clearly affects the magnetic channel, one showed in the grey shaded area, but this concludes some minute before the seismic energy starts. Thus, there is no indication of anomalous signal in the pressure signal, and for majority of signal, the wind speed is at or below sensitivity of the instrument. Furthermore, there is no visible excitation of the lander modes. Seismic signals are generally very small and only just above the background noise. Within the relatively narrow frequency band, wind contamination is of particular concern. So here in this data shows a seismic and wind signals from a wider time window for Sol 189. Significant wind speed and direction changes occur during the turbulent period hours before the seismic energy begins. However, during the quieter period when this event occurs, the wind recorded by twins is mostly between 1.8 and 2.8 meter per second and wind bursts up to 3.5 meters per second. Once the event is considered to be seismic, we proceed to characterization. Seismic event characterization consists of 5 steps, including phase picking, phase polarization, phase association, distance, back azimuth, and location, and event type and quality is also assigned to all the events. Magnitudes are assigned according to the scales tailored for Mars 7 with an updated calibration reflecting the actual data and observed event. The low frequency event observed so far are all in the magnitudes of MW3 to 4, while the more local high frequency events are in the range of MW1 to 2.3. This figure shows a VBB vertical time series indicating the peaks associated to P and S phases. The B and C shows horizontal hodograms of P and S windows respectively. The time windows used to produce the homograms are indicated by the gray shaded region on A. The event back azimuth is indicated in the red dotted line in B and C, matching the first P wave motion. A 2 to 5 second band pass filter is applied for this data. Naming of seismic events on Mars. The seismic event is labeled as S followed by X and Y, where this X indicates the InSight mission Sol on which the event began, and Z is the letter that ensures the unique name if multiple events occur on a single Sol. Example as 0189A. Determination of epicentral distance using only one station and without sufficient knowledge of internal velocity structure is challenging, especially with the lack of surface wave. So, here's the solution. Distance of low frequency events and constraints on mental structure. Low frequency event alignment and indications of a low velocity zone. Events are aligned based on envelope similarity and using the travel time curve of a prior VP and VS models of Mars, and families of similar characteristics are recognized. Example: 4 events S0235B, S0189A, S0105A and S0173A are dominant with S phase. Good S and P arrival peaks and robust distance assessment are closely packed in distance between 29 and 25 and 29 degrees. 3 event shows a dominant P phase and only small S phase represented in dark gray, and 4 events S0167A, S0154A, S0133A and S0266B are represented in light red. We can see no clear P phase. Also, the S phase related wavelength appears to be consistently longer than for others in the lower panel. Thus, the sequence of events with similar P waves and dominant S waves around 25 to 30 degree and 58 to 64 degree epicentral distance separated by events with only a small S wave is intermediate distance provides the first evidence of possible low velocity zone for S wave on Mars located in 40 to 50 degree distance range. Low frequency event spectra and inelastic mental structure of Mars. The displacement spectra of earthquakes and moonquakes can be completely approximated by a constant term proportional to events' seismic moment modulated by attenuation term accounting for force dimension and inelastic attenuation, which we can see from this equation. Also, we compare the modulated spectra in blue with the observed vertical and average horizontal spectra in red and with noise in black. Using the magnitudes for the catalog method, we can achieve a constant fit to the spectra even for those events barely above noise level. The spectra fit thus provides the independent distance estimation for events which the alignment could be determined. High frequency event alignment and crustal propagation. We align section for events with distance using separation of P and S phases similar to that of low frequency event. The high frequency content requires that the wave propagate through a low attenuating medium, which appears to be different from highly attenuating upper mantle traversed by the low frequency events at regional distance. We model P and S wave packets as multiply reflected by Pg and Sg energy trapped in crust for or upper layer of the crust, like we can see in B part of this figure. The observation of trapped waves is directly linked to event depth as they can only be excited by events with the shallow crustal layers. This points to event depths in the crust for high frequency events and below the MOHO for low frequency events. For high frequency events, the green dashed line shows a predicted spectrum purely from attenuation with a flat source spectrum. The spectra are displayed for the vertical and average horizontal component. Now we will talk about geographical distribution of seismicity of Mars. We can use the locations of low frequency event to explore the geographical distribution of the observed seismicity, taking into account that we have retrieved complete locations only for 3 events so far, and that for other events only the distance could be assessed. It represents schematic of wave propagation for different types of event. High frequency event excite trapped waves in the crust, while mantle waves are attenuated below the noise level. Low frequency events are stronger and cannot excite trapped waves as they are located below the MOHO. The mantle waves are observed at long period due to attenuation. The potential low velocity layer LVL may explain the observed distance variation of S wave amplitude. The global seismicity map of Mars is shown on a elevation map. The white shaded band show the range of epicentral distance. Red to yellow ellipsoids are the estimated location of event S0 173A and S0 235B. The estimated location of S0 183A is displayed with 2 shaded ellipses representing distance uncertainty of 5 and 10 degrees. The inset to the right shows a map view of epicentral area of 3 events location relative to the in-sight landing site shown in a yellow triangle and associated with main surface fault trace for Servius Foci, where the black and red line are main reverse and normal map fault respectively.